Greetings, everybody. During this bear market, I've noticed headlines like these: stock futures fall, dollar strengthens. Dollar surges and stocks tumble. So finally I said, well, why don't I just buy the dollar then? So to that end, I'd like to share with you two ETFs that go up if the dollar goes up. The first is UP, UUP, Invesco Dollar Index Bullish Fund, and it's up 18% this year. One thing to note, however, is that this ETF will distribute a K1 tax form to you during tax season, which means that if you sell for a gain or a loss, instead of your losses or gains being reported on your standard tax form from your broker, it'll be reported on the K1. The next dollar index fund, USDU, does not require or distribute a K1 tax form, but it's not up as much as UUP was. This one is only up 14%, but it's still better than being down negative 20% like many of the broad stock market indexes currently are. Now at this point, into late September, how much higher will the dollar go, if at all? I obviously don't know the answer to that. It could still keep going up, or maybe not. So I apologize for making this video so late into the year, but I didn't look into these things until 2 months ago, and at that time the dollar was actually going down. So conversely, if you think the dollar is going to go down from here, you could buy UDN, the Invesco Dollar Index Bearish Fund, which is down negative 15% this year because the dollar has been going up. But this fund distributes a K1 as well. Lastly, for transparency, I'd like to point out that Zacks research says the relationship between the US dollar and the stock market is far from direct, meaning the dollar won't always go up when the markets go down, and it won't go up in a direct inverse relationship to the stock market. If we look at the past 3 years of the Nasdaq Composite and Invesco's bullish US dollar index, the composite being the blue line and the dollar index being the yellow-orange line, we see they're both up, but they're not direct opposites of each other. But if we look at just this year to date, we notice a huge difference, with Invesco's dollar index being up 17%, while the Nasdaq is down 30%. So, other world and financial conditions will affect how the dollar performs relative to the stock market. I hope I didn't overcomplicate things here at the end, but I wanted to provide a broader picture rather than making a potentially misleading video where it seems like I'm saying the dollar is always going to go up in opposite of the stock market.